beans, cassava, onion, pepper, tomato, or even any type of farm. Abi you dey into fish farming, poultry, pig farming, or other livestock produce. You can now advertise and promote your farm and farm produce, or get a proper branding for your farm with this new initiative by Voice of the Farmers. Onwawagbe. This is beyond just talking about your farm produce or your farm. You can also connect with other farmers, suppliers, and buyers all over the world. For more information, reach out to Voice of the Farmers, call or WhatsApp 09078728288 or 07066628752, or visit Voice of the Farmers at ARID Initiative Center, Low Cost, Ibarako, Badagry, Lagos. Remember, your farm produce is your brand. Let people know what makes it unique. Reach out to Voice of the Farmers. Voice of the Farmers. We celebrate, educate, and promote farmers.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè.
Farming is not just a job. Farming is a way of life. A desolate land is a land thirsty of farmers. And because we know how important farmers are to every nation, that's why we reintroduce to you the Voice of the Farmers. Voice of the Farmers is a media brand that celebrates, educates, and promotes farmers with constant trainees and guide on how best to be a successful farmer. We also link farmers to the right markets to sell their produce and to the right marketers. Voice of the Farmers is active on Facebook, Instagram, and Thread at Voice of the Farmers. We are also on YouTube at Voice of the Farmers TV. For more inquiry on how to link up with Voice of the Farmers, please call 0907 872 8228 or 0706 662 8752. Voice of the Farmers. We celebrate, educate, and promote farmers.
Yes, we celebrate, we educate, and we promote farmers. Good day wherever you are watching this video from. My name is Garba Afisolubide. You know, when it comes to agriculture, that is what I do, that is what I propagate, that is what I promote. And today, it's a different thing today because we want to let our farmers understand why they need to promote, or let me say why they need to advertise what they do as a farmer. That is what we want to talk about today. You know, some of our farmers think it is not even important for them to even advertise or maybe let people know what they do. And remember, your farm produce should be your identity. Yes, what you produce should be your identity, and let people know what makes it unique. And that is why we go into a challenge in the month of February, and that is why we have an expert in-house that is going to talk to us for 4 weeks about why it is important for us to advertise our products. So we have our guest in the studio already, is behind the studio, that is going to talk to us about what we need to know when it comes to advertisement in agriculture. Let me just go straight to him and bring him on board, because it's not just about me today. It is about our guest that is going to be talking to us about what we need to know when it comes to agricultural, when it comes to marketing in the agricultural sector. Now, you can see this is not the first time we are meeting Mr. Alfred when it comes to anything agribusiness. Yes, he's doing a very good job. I would love you to unmute yourself because you are muted already. Just unmute yourself so that people will be able to talk to you. Good day, sir. Good to see you again, sir.
Good to see you again too. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, for the sake of people that are meeting you for the first time, probably they have not met with you before, I would love you to introduce yourself, sir.
All right. So my name is Alfred Ukane, and I am an agribusiness expert. And part of what I do for people within the value chain is to help them develop their agribusinesses, right? So whether you have an idea or you're an investor and you need somebody to help you or and hold you and walk you through the process to build a profitable and a sustainable agribusiness, then I'm your go-to guy.
Thank you so much, sir. And that is why we decided to say, okay, who is the best person to work with on this journey when it comes to advertisement in agriculture? And that is why we reach out to you, sir. Thank you so much for at least giving us the time to talk to us and also educate our farmers on why they need to know and what they need to know when it comes to marketing. Now, let me start with this, just to set the pace. You know, you agree with me that currently one of the problems our farmers are facing is market. One of the problems they are facing now is market. Because it is very difficult for some of our farmers to sell their produce. They have probably fish, they have maybe broiler, they have eggs. I have some people that reach out to me, even at the back end, that they have some of these things, but they don't have market for them. So you as an expert, what will you say marketing is? Before we even delve into our discussion now, what does marketing mean to you and how does it relate to agriculture?
All right. So let me lay a foundation then before we now look at what agricultural marketing is. So the foundation I really want to lay here is that access to markets, your ability to sell your products as fast as possible for a good price controls the entire value chain, right? So if I am somebody who is buying your product, I control exactly what you are going to produce, the quality, the quantity, the color, anything that I want, that's what you are going to give to me because I am the one who's going to buy it. So agricultural marketing in itself is simply getting your produce or product directly to the end user or the consumer. That's what
Mm,
agricultural marketing is, point blank.
mm.
Getting your produce from the production area to the consumer from farm to fork. That's what it means, basically, in layman terms.
Hmm. Thank you so much. I love the fact that you made us understand it in a layman terms, especially our farmers will understand this very well. Now, let me go straight
Yeah.
to you. We said marketing. I always say something which is like a slogan for me that market should be the determinant of your production. As a farmer, if you want to produce anything, where you are going to sell to should be the determinant of your production. Now, let me go
Yeah.
straight to you. You as an expert, how do you think farmers can market their produce? Now we are looking at agricultural marketing now, like why is it important in agriculture? And one of the objectives of this campaign is that farmers to understand why they need to market their produce. To avoid post-harvest loss, to avoid even frustration of going out of the business, because when you don't have sales for your market, you might think that market is not profitable. So how do you think farmers can market their produce?
Okay. So if you will allow me, I would like to paraphrase the question, right? Or
Okay,
I would like to answer it differently, if you will allow me.
okay.
The first thing I think that farmers need to know is understanding markets and marketing.
Hmm.
Understanding markets and marketing, right? So let's look at it this way. For markets, I don't want to be, what's it called now? I don't want to be academically correct, right? I want to be practically correct because, like I'm doing masters in agricultural economics. So we're doing marketing, but I want every farmer on the platform to get this simple point. For markets, you have two type of markets, right? That's why I said I don't want to be academically correct so that nobody quotes me. But this is
Hmm.
applicable practically. You have two types of market, two basic type of markets. You have the physical market and you have the structural market, right? The physical market is the one you go to where you see where people come every day to buy and sell. The structural market is the existing structure. You may not even see it, you may not be aware, but
Hmm.
that is the channels through which all the produce are sold, right? So if you produce anything and you are bringing into mile two, for example, there is a channel that it will go to. There is a distribution channel that it will pass to. And at the end of the day, that your product can be in the shop of multiple people who are operating in the physical markets, right?
Hmm.
So I want
Hmm.
farmers to understand that in marketing your product, because marketing is simply moving the product to the consumer, right? In marketing your product, you must understand the physical market and the structural market, right? So let me give you an example. If, for example, let me give you a practical example, Seth. I just remembered something. The Aboki guys who buy our chicken around the country, they use a structural market approach in combination with a physical market approach. So the guys who buy from us here in Delta, what they do is that one may come to your farm, one allergy may come to your farm, and then buy your 1,500 beds and take it to a market, we call it like Sapler Road Market, and take it to Sapler Road Market. And when they get there, they will invite like 10 other people or 15 other people. This your
Hmm.
1,500 beds, they will share it 100. You are going to a good market, somebody else is going to a full market, another person is going to main market, another person is going to just different markets. And at the end of the day, this guy who bought 1,500 from you is still calling you to come and pick up another 1,000, 1,500 or 2,000 the next day, right? It is because they understand the structural markets. They understand that if we pick up the product all we need to do is to put it to our sub-distributors. Let our sub-distributors go into the physical market and then sell directly to the end user. So it will be easy for somebody in a particular physical market to attend to those guys who are roasting yam and selling chicken parts by the roadside, those who are going to use it as chicken barbecue by the roadside, those who are buying directly for consumption, and they also have customers who have restaurant eateries that they are also supplying to, most of these guys, right? So it becomes really easy for them to push the product. And at the end of the day, it's not just easy, it is also very fast when they are pushing the product. That is a structural market, right? That's a structural market. The physical market is the one that we go to physically to say, okay, I am a farmer. I don't only farm. This my community has a market day. Every market day, I bring my product here to sell, or I supply to people here to sell. So I sell directly to the customers or the consumers every market day or anytime the market opens. That brings me to two things. In marketing your produce as a farmer, first, you need to know that you are operating a business, right? In your business model, you can have two approaches of marketing. One of them is business to consumers. We call it B2C. Another one is business to business. We call it B2B. Business to business is when you are selling to a middleman or another organization who is going to resell or use it as an input for their own company, right? As a raw material for their own production or for their own company. That's B2B. B2C is that you are selling it directly to the person who wants to consume. So before you start your production, you need to begin to ask, who am I selling to? Right? The smartest farmers that I know sell their produce even before they begin. And one of the ways that they do that is that they convert their model into a food plan. So they tell you, if you want to, I'm sure maybe you might have seen me share somebody's flyer on my status on WhatsApp.
Yes.
If you want to buy chicken, buy 2 chicken and get 1 groundnut oil free. Right? You may know the person who did that. I shared it on my status. Buy 2 chicken and get groundnut oil free. Pay 799 naira every week or every day for you to get chicken in maybe 6 weeks time or 7 weeks time. Do you understand? If that particular farmer onboards people, that's a B2C model, meaning the farmer is a business who is selling directly to the consumers, right? If that particular farmer onboards because he's selling 2 chickens, at one slot is 2 chickens. If that particular farmer onboards 100 people in his WhatsApp platform, guess what? He has been able to sell 200 chickens conveniently. And guess what? Because access to market controls the entire value chain, these guys are bringing the money in the form of instrumental savings that they are using to feed the birds, that they are using to buy vaccines, and they are using to run operations in the farm. Right? So you have built exactly 1 stone to kill 2 birds. Do you understand? So, but if you are running that's a B2C. If you are running a B2B, then it involves something like you running an AdGrower scheme, for example. You can be a part of an AdGrower scheme, or you can decide to even say, oh, I have capacity for you to grow, because a B2B model involves scale, has to do with volume. You cannot decide to say, oh, because I want to push my product in volume, this cassava that I grow, I have 50 hectares of cassava and I want to push it in volume. I want to sell to only 1 or 2 persons max. And guess what? Before you begin that type of production, you can actually have an MOU with those people that this is what you want to do. You want to grow XYZ. Those people can now tell you that this is our specification. Before you start this production, this is our specification. We like to grow TME 419, or we like to grow Give Me Chance. And the reason is this: it has higher starch content, or it has higher ethanol content, or it has XYZ, higher fiber content if they want to use it for Gary. So this is the species that we like to grow. And this thing that you are growing, it must come in this manner. For example, you must cultivate, we recommend that you cultivate at least 10 hectares. And if you cultivate these 10 hectares, we want you as the farmer to bring this harvest to our factory within 24 hours of harvest. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, as a farmer, before you really start production, right, you are already sold out. You already have people who want to buy. But let's come back to the contemporary style now that we have. The contemporary style is that everybody's talking about farming is good. Farming is good. You need to go into agriculture. So because you need to go into agriculture, you jump into it haphazardly. When you jump into it, you look for your fish, you stock, or you look for one place and start planting your vegetables and so on and so forth. Cucumber can grow anywhere. Watermelon can grow. We are experts in vegetable, experts in fish farming, experts in poultry. And when you do that, at the end of the day, your produce is ready. Oh yeah, it's time to sell. And you're running from pillar to post, right? You're running from pillar to post. Now it's becoming increasingly difficult to keep up with the feeding. Your cost of operation is going higher and higher and higher. And now you might even be running at a loss if you exceed a particular point, right? So for those kind of farmers, what can you do? What can you do? Brace up, beef up yourself. Go to the physical market that I spoke about. That physical market. Go to that physical market. Establish direct contact with the people there who are selling. Interface with those guys. They will tell you there are some challenges you will face, so it's not automatic. They will tell you that they are buying it at a ridiculous price, which you are not willing to sell. That's one. They will tell you that the person that is selling to them is doing maybe delivery to them. They will be giving you ridiculous clauses or terms that you know that these things are not even possible. But what you need to do is to establish relationship with these guys. Now, that brings me to one thing. In establishing relationship with these guys, don't do it in the day of your crisis. Do it in the day of their crisis. Every market has a point of penetration. In this our sector, every market has a point of penetration. The point of penetration is usually the point of scarcity. For poultry feeds, it's usually around that ember period when there is scarcity. For oil palm, it's usually around the peak of rainy season when the oil palm is no longer producing. Every agro commodity has their life cycle. In the peak of harvest, the price comes down, there's availability of produce, the produce is everywhere. But in the time of scarcity, you see those people that ignored you and gave you ridiculous price, they will call you that, where are you? Okay, do you have it now? Okay, we are coming. And when you call your price, they will buy, right? They will buy. So you need to be able to know your business cycle very well. What you want to plant, what you want to raise as a life. Once you are able to, then trust me, you can go on, head on. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
Once you are able to identify that time of scarcity, that's your best time of penetrating the market. Once you penetrate the market and the market regularize, some of those people will leave you, but some will stay. And those that will stay will be enough to consume what you already grow or what you're already raising, right? So this is a practical way to approach it.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Let us just go on this short break. We'll be right back. Let's go on this short break.
Are you a farmer? You either grow plants or into livestock? Come around, there is a good news for you. Yes, so no more time to complain about the visibility of your produce as a farmer. You get rice, yam, beans, cassava, onion, pepper, tomato, or even any type of farm. Abi you dey into fish farming, poultry, pig farming, or other livestock produce. You can now advertise and promote your farm and farm produce, or get a proper branding for your farm with this new initiative by Voice of the Farmers. This is beyond just talking about your farm produce or your farm. You can also connect with other farmers, suppliers, and buyers all over the world. For more information, reach out to Voice of the Farmers, call or WhatsApp 09078728288 or 07066628752 or visit Voice of the Farmers at ARID Initiative Center, Low Cost, Ibarako, Badagry, Lagos. Remember, your farm produce is your brand. Let people know what makes it unique. Reach out to Voice of the Farmers. Voice of the Farmers. We celebrate, educate, and promote farmers.
Yes, your farm produce is your identity. Let people know what makes it unique. Yes, we've been talking to Mr. Alfred this morning, and he's been giving us a lot of punchlines that we need to know when it comes to marketing aspects. I learned something about B2B. I learned a lot about B2C. I learned something about physical markets and even the structural market. I want to believe you that are watching this video now or you are going to be watching later, you are also learning one or two things. Let me go straight back to you. Do you think, or what do you think our farmers, now, let me break it down so that you get me right very well. I understand the fact that you spoke about, can you just mute that your mic so that I will not get echo from here? Yes, I understand the fact that, yes, we are talking about the physical market, we are talking about the structural market, we are talking about this, we are talking about that. Now, I know you to be a social media person. Everything you do, we see it online. We follow you that, yes, this is our mentor. This is an expert in agribusiness. Now, this is where I'm going to be rounding up this because this is going to be an episode program. We still have like 3 episodes, so I don't want us to divulge everything. But I want us to let our farmers know the importance of social media. Now, you've spoken about physical market. Yes, that one day, now my 12 would they go sell our market. You ask us to create that relationship, which we are going to do. You ask us to talk about the structural market, whereby, okay, probably you can do either B2B or B2C. Now, how can farmer harness the opportunities in social media? Let me just tell you the real fact. Myself, I'm a living witness. Last year, I sold a lot of farm produce for people, and I don't have those produce on my farm. But because of the power of social media, I made a lot of sales and I made money from it last year. So, what do you think our farmers, that is the producer of this food now, how do you think they can harness the power of social media?
So you see, I don't know if you saw my post today on my page. It's actually on social media. My post today on my page is actually on social media. And one of the things that farmers can do on social media is to educate. One of the things that they can do is to educate people, right? Especially if you have a long-term vision. Short-term people like to sell, right? Long-term people like to educate, sell. Educate, sell. Educate, sell, right? So whatever that you are doing in agriculture, you need to understand that the world as we know it has changed since COVID, right? I've been in this space for a very long time. A lot of people really do not know me, right? But since the world changed since COVID, I now understood personally that no matter your startup, you need to have an influencer in your organization that you are paying as a brand ambassador, or you need to be influential yourself, right? And this is the reason why you will see Tony Elumelu every day. He's showing you his trips, he's showing you where he's going to and stuff, and meetings and deals that he's sealing. He's not necessarily telling you to go and open a UBA bank, but is influencing at a level where you trust his brand and everything that he stands to represent. Farmers need to adopt that same strategy. The number one thing is awareness. Awareness. How many people know you? There's a training I attended one time, is a digital marketing training. And the guy said, you should strive to meet 1,000 new people every single day with your identity. You as a farmer, you should strive to meet new audience. You should strive to influence this audience in a way that can build trust. Now, who is this guy? How this guy is selling pots? How come he's talking about non-stick pot like this? How come he's talking about this type of pot that is cancerous, or this type of pot that can allow you burn your foods too much and you should not go for this type, rather you should go for this type? How come he's talking about that the heavy pots and the lighter pots, which one is better? How come he's educating us about agriculture so well that he's now tying his produce to health? So when it's not all those ones that will come online and say 5 things that cucumber can do for you. Number 1, reduce mouth odor. Number 2, those are just the surface. That's just the surface. You need to now go over and beyond, because if not, you will just be regular. You need to now go over and beyond and now begin to tell us that, do you know that cucumber contains XYZ active ingredients? And when you eat it, it does this and this to the heart and the liver. And science has proved that consuming one every day can do XYZ for you. Now, when you have sold a particular narrative for a long time, you can now come and say, if you want cucumber, we built to you in this environment on a daily basis. We are doing it for 3,500 monthly or 5,000 monthly, and we will dispatch 7 pieces of cucumber to you every week or every Saturday or every Sunday, depends on when your customer says they have chance. And at the end of the day, you have built a subscription model that people in that your neighborhood, people who are doing gym houses, people who are enthusiasts of fitness and health and all of that are consuming your product, right? Some people, people in this country, people don't really care about price. In fact, the more expensive it is, the more packaged it is, the more they want to accept it, right? So we need to understand as a people that social media is a tool in our hands. Social media is a marketplace for everybody. Everybody comes there every day, right? Tony Elumelu views social media. Just name anybody in Nigeria. You just come on social media, look once in a while and go. So you never can tell who will stumble on your post, right? So the first thing you need to do is that awareness creation that you are creating. Come out as a valuable person. Come out to educate people more. Come out to show people, what you have for them or what they need to know about life that you are an expert in as an agribusiness player. Once you're able to do that for a long time and you're able to build trust, then at the end of the day, you can now start selling your product to them. You can now start selling your product to them. There's something, I think they call it AIDA. Awareness, interest, desire, action. AIDA. Awareness. Come online, create awareness and educate people. When you educate them, it enables them build interest. When they build interest, they are now looking forward to your post or they're looking forward to anything that you do. Then the next level that those people are going to go into in your funnel is desire. Some of them may not have money right now, but they are now desiring to taste your product. Your product is no longer a need, it is a want for them. This guy that is always coming, this guy, this Alfred Ukane, I go like buying online course, make I taste that a bit. It's not necessarily that they are looking forward to learn one baddest thing based on how I articulate and the experience that I show when I speak. But they may just look at it that, okay, if I buy this guy a course, maybe I'll be able to buy into his network. Maybe I'll be able to have his direct phone number. I can be calling him, anytime to help me do XYZ. People will buy for different reasons, but they must first see you. They must first like you. They must first build that trust that this guy has something to offer. Then they will commit their money to you. So as a farmer, you have to be on social media constantly telling your story. So it's not all about sales, come and buy, come and buy, come and buy. No, just tell your story. Let me shock you. Did you know that when they said cereal consumption is very good for breakfast, do you know that it's a lie? It's a lie. It's a narrative that was pushed to us. It's a lie. Most of us in my generation know McLean. McLean will tell somebody, go and buy close up McLean. Just like the way we know Indomie. We will say, go and buy Shiki Indomie. We will call another brand. Or just like we know Maggi, we say, go and buy no Maggi, right?
Yes.
It's because those people has established themselves as an authority. So what you need to do when you come online to play on social media, focus on a particular thing. You are doing many things, but just focus on one thing. Somebody is holding drone. Somebody is holding soilless farming. Somebody is holding maybe agro-journalism and communication. Somebody's go and hold something. Me, I'm holding business development and finance based on my own portfolio of jobs that I have. Right? So you go and hold something that, okay, I am Tiki Fish is holding smoked dried fish, right? There are a lot of people that are doing it, but he is telling his story and people have come to trust him. So you tell your story. Show us what you are doing. Don't be shy. Don't look and say, oh, this my farm is too small. The backyard is too this. No, come, just be creating awareness. Be creating awareness. You will show us throwback that before it was just a quarter plot you were using. This planting season, you just decide to expand to one plot from quarter plot or even from half plot. And when you do that, please add some level of excellence. Add some level of excellence, right? So social media is very, very important for every farmer, every agribusiness player to be in. Let me round up by saying this. Look at those our Hausa brothers. My two marketers, those guys are crazily harnessing the power of social media. Crazily. Those guys are selling madly on social media. There are a lot of people that I can even mention, people that are selling palm oil. They are selling palm oil around the nation, and then they are doing this on social media. All they have is a store. Their house is the store. They do not even have a physical store. So tell your story. Come out. You never can tell. People are going to buy into your story, and when they trust you, they will commit money in your hands. So that's it.
So let's go on this last short break. Then when we come back, we are going to round up. Yes.
E pass wetin you go just break, e comot, e chop, abi you soak garri. Yes o, coconut e pass chop. Coconut na one fruit wey everything for im body plus even the shell e get important use. You sef no know ba? Na why you gat to patronize TUJ coconut products. TUJ coconut products na 100% from coconut. Talk about coconut oil wey dem dey use treat arthritis, coconut oil for cooking, coconut flour, coconut chips, coconut swallow, coconut oil, cold press and hot press, plus all the coconut products wey you dey find. Our head office dey number 12 Adebowale Caroline Street off Winner Street, Aradagun, Badagry. We also dey deliver for anywhere for inside Naija abi outside Naija. All you need to do na to call us abi chat us for this number 0806 475 4853 0806 475 4853. Abi make you follow us for all our social media pages at TUJ Coconuts. TUJ Coconut Products na chiamo for different better coconut products wey you dey find.
Yes, TUJ coconut products. When it comes to anything where you find when it comes to coconut, and that is what Mr. Alfred just said about marketing. You know, this person positioned himself and definitely he partner with us and bank with us to say, okay, Olumide always help me to promote and advertise my business, and because he knows when it comes to social media, we are doing a very great job. Yes, I also want to say this as well. You know what Mr. Alfred said about awareness, and that is why we come up with this campaign too, because where we are going to is that we can always help you to advertise your business. Maybe you don't have the time, maybe you are busy, maybe you are doing this, maybe you are not even tech, you don't even have any knowledge about social media. We can help you to advertise. We can create a jingle for you. We can do social media influencing for you. We can help you produce your product. That is what we are doing at Voice of the Farmer, and that is why we are coming up with this campaign for you to know the importance of you advertising your business. You can make a lot on this social media platform. People are making money. Investors are on social media platforms. Just make sure you tell your story and don't be timid when you are telling your story. Yes, don't be timid. Even if you are starting at the backyard, if you are doing it at the backyard, just make sure you say it confidently, and also make sure you are honest, you have that integrity, and you are trustworthy. Let me go straight back to Mr. Alfred. What would be your parting word for this first episode about why farmers need to do marketing?
If you don't get heard or seen, you won't be patronized. If you don't get heard or seen, you won't be patronized. Again, you can only be as rich as the number of people that you serve. You can only be as rich as the number of people that you serve. So use my framework. You get seen, you get heard, you service large number of people, you make more money. You get seen, you get heard, you service large number of people, you make more money. It's as simple as ABC.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Sorry, please let me just put you up from your hand. So thank you very much for that. You know, I know if we have to pay you for this, we are going to be paying millions of naira, because even myself, I've learned a lot from this. Now to talk of people that will be watching this video later, because we are going to push this video to almost all the farmers on all the social media platforms that we have, and maybe WhatsApp platforms, for them to see why it is important for them to market their produce. You said it that they should make sure they are being seen, they are being heard, and make sure they have more reach. They will be richer, like they will have more money based on the numbers of reach that they have. So if you are not seen and you are not heard, nobody is going to patronize you. I think I take that as a punchline, that if you are not seen and you are not heard, no one is going to patronize you. Yes, this is where I'm going to be drawing the curtain today on our campaign. They were saying why you need to advertise your business, why you need to market your business as a farmer. My name is Garuba Afisolumide. You know, when it comes to agriculture, that is what I do. And I always have the interest of my farmers at heart, that yes, these farmers, they are putting a lot of effort in what they do. How will they make more money? And that is why we bring experts to you to talk to you about this. This is supposed to be a paid class, but we just make it to be free because we want you to make more money. We are saying a very big thank you to Mr. Alfred. Thank you so much. We are going to be meeting next week, Monday again. We are going to be talking to our people about what they need to know when it's come to branding. Yes, next week is about branding now. I also don't talk about branding today because it is a bigger topic that is very wide. So by next week, we'll be talking about branding, why they need to do branding, how can they do branding, importance of branding in marketing. Yes, now come your way next time. I'm drawing the curtain now because time has gone. We have really spent a lot of time today, and we have, it's just supposed to be a 30-minute program, and we have like 35 minutes now. So thank you very much, Mr. Alfred. Till I come your way next time once again, I want to say a very big thank you to you once again. Till I come your way next time, I say bye-bye and God bless.
Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilé wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè.
Farming is not just a job. Farming is a way of life. A desolate land is a land thirsty of farmers. And because we know how important farmers are to every nation, that's why we reintroduce to you the Voice of the Farmers. Voice of the Farmers is a media brand that celebrates, educates, and promotes farmers with constant trainees and guide on how best to be a successful farmer. We also link farmers to the right markets to sell their produce and to the right marketers. Voice of the Farmers is active on Facebook, Instagram, and Thread at Voice of the Farmers. We are also on YouTube at Voice of the Farmers TV. For more inquiry on how to link up with Voice of the Farmers, please call 0907 872 8228 or 0706 662 8752. Voice of the Farmers. We celebrate, educate, and promote.